it's time to get serious, guys. Let's be clear. Women in IT is not a woe is me topic. Ladies, do you guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not about woe is me. It's not about something negative. We actually work with some seriously great IT pros, men and women alike, across the board, right? But here's the reality. Many, if not most of us, have experienced at some time in our careers either blatant sexism, i.e. the time I was at a trade show and the male guy that I was speaking to would only speak to my male colleagues even though I answered every question as the domain expert.
Yeah, that happens a lot. That happens a lot.
Awesome, awesome. Or maybe some more subtle forms of sexism, a little more unintended, maybe even perpetrated by other women, which we see a lot of actually. Can you guys raise your hand? Have you ever felt like you were negatively impacted because of your gender professionally? Yeah, fair enough, right? 4 out of 4. It's like I said, this is not about complaining, but it is an issue and it's something we got to talk about. If we don't talk about it, nothing's going to change. Right. So this topic, of course, is also not limited just to women. Could be ageism, could be racism, whatever. Just so happens that today, we're talking about the ladies. So we'll keep our comments to that. So I want to kind of open it up to the experiences you guys have had, be they positive or negative, throughout the course of your career, even educationally as well. Let's start with, let's give an example. Give everybody some context because not everybody experiences this, so they may not know what it feels like to be a woman in IT. Can you guys share with me a negative experience that you've had at some point that's probably due to your gender?
I've been really lucky in that I haven't experienced a lot of issues with male colleagues, but I think the one thing that I've noticed a little bit more consistently since I've become more knowledgeable and have become a manager sysadmin is that interesting pause that happens. Good example, I'm on the phone with a vendor and we're talking about X, Y, that we need to do this, we need to do that. And I get the question, is there somebody on site who can take care of this for you? And my answer is, yes, that would be me. At which point there's this nice little half-second pause where they stop and think, oh, a lady can do this, but then the conversation continues, and usually I take that as an opportunity to kind of reinforce with the people I'm speaking with that people of either gender and both genders can do this job.
And very successfully.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good one. Yeah. Katie, have you had anything like that happen?
Well, my experience has been that in some environments and some teams I've worked on, I've had to work twice as hard to earn my stripes, as it were. So once I get to that level of acceptance through my male peers and colleagues, that once I get in with the in-crowd, then they're good and they've accepted me as one of their own. But I have to work really hard to get to that level. And it's not that they're intentionally doing it, it's they want to see that I have the same level of technical acumen as they do. And I usually do, or better, but
right. Do you feel that they push as hard on a counterpart that would be a new male IT pro?
Yeah, you get a little of that. Sometimes they rag on you just as much as the men, but you have to develop a thick skin and not get easily offended. So it's been a large portion of my career building a thick skin so things don't bother me as much as they might.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
How about you, Whitney?
I was one of those vendor-sponsored build-your-own events. And I'm putting the motherboard down into the chassis, and the guy standing next to me working on his looks over and goes, well, do you need some help with that? No, I can use a screwdriver, and I'm going to attach these screws where they go. So, but I don't know what he thought I was doing there. It was a IT pro event.
Right.
But clearly I needed help with the screwdriver.
And it's one of those funny situations where sometimes there is a genuine, probably, desire to help and to actually be nice. There was no malice probably in the comment.
No, probably not. But he didn't then turn and ask the guy next to him if he needed help.
Exactly, yeah. It's a tough line to walk with chivalry for sure.
Yeah. Well, and something that I find along that line is clients will often, if I'm taking their computer away, the client will pick it up and carry it out. And I say, well, do you do that when the guy comes? No, you say, pick that up and carry it out.
Right.
So,
but I'll never say no to a guy that wants to lift a big printer for me. Love it.
I mean, half the time they've already got it and they're carrying it down, and so you walk that line of going, well, do I make a fuss or do I just let them carry it?
Smile, say thank you.
Yeah, basically, that's usually what I do.